The best thing about reaching out to the Maney and the Rem Morning Show through our DM at the ML Morning Show is that if you send us what's going on in your world, chances are after we read it, someone listening has been through the same kind of thing and can give you the best advice.
Yeah.
You have basically a canvas here of people who listen to the show who can help you out with some good real-time advice. What do we have this morning, Lorraine?
All right. So this is a little long, but it's from Marlene. And she says, hey, guys, my roommate has people over constantly. And I'm starting to feel like I'm never getting to relax in my own apartment.
Ugh.
I like her friends, and I'm trying to be social when they're here, but it's practically every single day. And sometimes I just want to come home, sit on the couch, and not have an interaction with anyone.
My wife feels the same way with her family, by the way. It's not even a roommate situation, but go on.
She says, if I don't feel like hanging out, my only real option is hiding in my room, which my roommate says is being weird and totally antisocial. I finally told her I need at least a few nights a week where we don't have people over. And she said if she'd have known that I was putting restrictions on guests, she probably wouldn't have moved in with me. Honestly, she's a great roommate otherwise, and I don't want to turn this into a huge fight. Is asking for a few guest-free nights a week reasonable, or do I just need to accept having a roommate that has people over all the time?
I feel like if you need visitors and guests like that, you just need to go stay at a group home or something. If we can't have no solitude, no nothing in this home that's supposed to be a home, what's the point?
Well, the other side of it is, of course, you got yourself into a roommate situation. And if you're going to start putting restrictions on the roommate, it is going to start bringing some friction. That's where you need to be careful, I think, first thought.
Yeah. I see both sides of this because I am the social roommate, right? Especially when I was in my 20s. Like, I was the social roommate. We always had people over and around. Now that I'm a little bit older, I do like to just go home and chill and like shut it off and whatnot. But now I have a full-time job, I have 2 kids, and a family at home that I'm constantly entertaining anyway. So
you'd rather have a roommate situation.
I don't know. I think as far as like, I'm going to assume Marlene is probably between 25 and 35. And at that point in your life, I think you got to have that conversation before you sign the lease, because I don't think it's fair to either side to start making restrictions once you've moved in together.
And then being like honest and real about like if this is gonna work and if this is not gonna work. When I used to be a RA, I used to have to deal with so many like roommate conflicts and stuff like that. You got to talk. Like your feelings is gonna be sitting there hurt, and then you're gonna be mad and bottling all that up. You got to talk.
But when you talk, though, you're putting something on the table that might not need to be put on the table.
Yeah, but the roommate needs to be okay with the fact that, listen, we're not going to put restrictions on it, right? If that's the conversation. But please don't be offended when I hide in my room a couple nights a week, because I just don't feel like entertaining your friends. I need to shut it off too.
Yeah, but then maybe a roommate situation is not right for you. Then maybe you need a 1-bedroom apartment somewhere.
So that's the other side of it too. The roommate can turn around and be like, listen, this is my life. I'm having people over constantly, and you're just going to have to ride it out.
I'd have them over whether I was living alone or not, basically. Also, can we go back to Marlene?
Yeah.
You said you felt like she was 25 to 35?
Yeah.
I'm feeling with a name like Marlene, she's more 65 plus.
Marlene is a very...
That's giving like...
But you know what? My name is Albert, and I was born in 1999.
That's true,
so
but maybe she's talking about a group home situation anyway, is what I'm saying.
No,
maybe it's a retirement
she's not.
home. No?
I can see her Instagram.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so what do you guys say? We need to hear from people who are in roommate situations. If you communicate something to the roommate, like, hey, you're having people over too much. I need like 3 nights a week to myself where there's nobody in the apartment. Is that too controlling as a roommate to say that, or is that okay? 980-780-9595.
It's shared space.
You're
sharing the living room. You're sharing the kitchen.
It is, but the sharing can be like, I'm sharing it with my friends too. It's mine, and I want to share it with my friends, and you don't want to be part of that. Go to your room type thing. Really? I mean, I know it sounds parenty, but she could just go to her room and hang and veg out
she
there.
said she did, but the roommate told her it was antisocial and weird.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
So the roommate has to give a little too.
Yeah, I think the roommate's being a little controlling. But I want to hear from you guys. Who's been in a situation like this where the roommate and you had to have a conversation, and how did it go? You've got to let Marlene know. Marlene! Mm-hmm. Love it. Did she DM us back and tell us how old she is, by the way? Because you thought she was younger, and I think Marlene's an older.
She didn't hit me back.
Okay.
But I can see her profile.
Oh, yeah, that's
she
true.
Doesn't look,
Let me see. How old does she look? Let me see.
I don't know. There.
Oh, yeah, she's younger.
Yeah.
Okay. She's probably named after her great-grandmother or something.
Maybe.
Stop.
Okay, you're right.
Great-grandmother?
I should move on. So, anyway, she says what? Just real quick recap. I'm lost.
Okay, so she's got a roommate situation, and she says the roommate constantly has people over to the apartment. She doesn't want to entertain people 24/7, but when she hides in a room, the roommate says that it's weird and antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
She's doesn't know if she's being unreasonable by asking for a few nights a week.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the roommate's like, if I would have known you were putting restrictions on things, I wouldn't have moved in with you.
Right. Tia, what do you think, girl? It's kind of weird because it's like almost like if you want to be in a place where nobody comes over, maybe you shouldn't have a roommate situation. But then on the other hand, it's like, you are my roommate. We need to work it out, right? What do you say?
I say it just depends because so she's kind of in a bad situation. All of the other people that come over to their house, don't they have homes? Can they not go there a couple of nights a week? And if you're paying half the rent, then half the time should be what you want. So give the bitch 4 days a week where she can have people over. And then the other 3, say no. Because obviously it's going to turn into a party place if all those people, they don't have homes. They probably live with their parents. Or they have roommates.
What do they have that everybody wants to come to their house? They have the good snacks. They have the comfy couch.
Yeah,
the sativa. I mean, what do they have?
Are you asking?
I don't know. Tia's right. Yeah. They have to have something. They never go to her. They never go to the other friend's place. Thanks, Tia.
I don't know. Maybe a community pool. I have no idea.
Diana, you're on DM Drama. What do you want to say to Marlene? I know she's listening.
So, sorry. I'm like in my mind, what the person before me said is like still living in my mind.
What do you want to tell that B?
I know, right? Honestly, it can be a situation to where one person is always the giver and the other one's always the taker. It's not going to work out like that. Mm-hmm. You're always going to have issues. And to be honest, if you're paying half the rent and the other person's paying half the rent, then there should be common ground. Like maybe the other person can go out with that group of friends and like do like a night out and leave the other person, at home by herself, enjoying her time alone, rather than coming over to the house 24/7.
It's her given right to get peace and quiet for 3 nights, is all Marlene's asking, but it's also the roommates within their right to have friends over. That's
right,
the problem.
I know, this is the problem, because like we also don't know if it's like 5 people every night or if she just has a girlfriend there all the time. You know what I mean?
She made it sound like it's loud and like she's like, I want to come home to
people there
quiet.
all the time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean
it's the clubhouse.
Maybe
a couple folks in an apartment can get real. You know what I'm saying?
Real loud and real excited. Yeah. Diana, have you ever been in a roommate situation?
Yeah, I have.
And if you tell your roommate how you're feeling, does it just bring bad feelings? Is she better off not saying anything? I'm just curious about your opinion.
Well, I was actually in a very similar situation, and depending on how well you know the person, that also counts a lot, because if you have like someone that you've known for a while and you get along with, then you feel more comfortable telling them something. Or maybe you're the kind of person that you're like, well, I don't really know her, so I feel more comfortable telling her something rather than someone that I do know.
Yeah. So
it just really depends on the friendship that you have. But I was in a situation where my roommate, her name was Mickey, she was a partier. And when we moved in, it was like 3 months into moving in, we had to sit down and kind of drop like another contract and set some ground rules.
There you go.
Not
Now you're
really
giving
putting
Marlene some good
restrictions.
advice.
Yeah, just setting some ground rules.
And how did it work after that? Good, bad?
It worked out great.
There you go.
Because, yeah, that way, you know, like I said, she went out like 1 or 2 times a night or during the week. And I was able to do myself, you know, like my self-care, my routine, and stuff like that.
And have some quiet
But
time for
it worked
yourself.
out pretty well.
There you go, Diana. Thanks. By the way, if you roomed with me, there'd be no downtime. I love nothing more than another person around that I can talk to. I'd be like, "Where are you going? Why are you going to your room?"
Yeah, but
Thanks, Diana.
also let's just set this up too, because maybe once all the people go away, then the roommate becomes Chatty Cathy, and now you feel like you got to entertain her, and that's like a emotional vampire too. I'd rather just be like, you know what, girl, you have your friends over. I'm gonna hang in my room.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere else.
I'm a vibe.
I'll go sit in my car.
Hey, it's Loren from the Maney and Loren Morning Show. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video. If you want to see more videos, you can always check out our behind the scenes content or our War of the Roses.